My name is Christian Basil. Years ago, I had an idea. I got myself a TARDIS. Took it to new places, met a lot of new people, took some great pictures, and talked Doctor Who. From Krypton Radio and the creators of the Hanging With web show, this is the legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Join me on my latest adventures and become part of the legend. Well, you know how the best laid plans go a little bit awry. Tonight's one of those nights there, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, for those of you just joining us, welcome. My name is Christian Basil, and welcome to another edition of The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Tonight, we're going to be doing Doctor Who Flux, The Village of the Angels, as it's premiering on BBC America. Our show is going to come in 3 parts. Let me give you those parts. The first one we're going to be doing is predictions and conversations. Now, what am I mean tonight? That plans have gone a little awry, and this is nothing against the team. I actually wish my team very well, but some of them had to go to work because of the holidays. Some of them are getting ready for Thanksgiving. Some of them are just getting ready for other stuff. So tonight, if you allow me, we're going to be together for the next 3 hours. We're going to be doing the predictions in the first hour, and then I'm going to give you my review of the previous episode, War of the Centaurans, which I wasn't able to be there. So I want to thank Dave for doing that for us, reviewing that episode. And we're going to be doing the watch party, which is going to be running in about 90 minutes, which essentially is just watching me watch the episode and getting my review on it. As the commercials hit on BBC America, I'm going to take a break and discuss what I've seen so far. I won't spoiler it, but at the very end, when we do the review right here, we're going to be discussing it, and hopefully I'll have some of my teammates join me later on as time permits there. But for right now, this is what we're going to be doing. So the countdown begins from this point. We've got a little less than an hour before it premieres on BBC America in the States. I'll be watching it in front of you live. You'll get to see my reactions, and then I'll be telling you a little bit about that. But first, just to let you know, join us for the live chat, just wherever you are, on the YouTube channel, on the Facebook page, on the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, on my page, on sci-fi.radio, on our Twitch channel. Please just go ahead and do some chatting. I'm alone tonight, so this is where you guys get to become part of the conversation and start just telling me about everything. The only thing that I'm going to be asking is, up until we do the review, which will be the last half hour of the show, no spoilers about the Village of the Angels, please. I'm going to be watching it. Now, my friends have been kind enough to not have discussed anything except, Christian, this is the episode that you want to see. So let me go ahead and jump into the chats right there. We got Mark Robinson. Hello, everybody there. Christopher Chatfield. So you guys haven't seen Village of the Angels yet. You're in for the treat, I tell you. So I'm hoping so. Yeah, exactly a 3-hour tour. 3-hour tour. We're going to be starting that tonight as we speak right now. So get ready, and guys, go nuts with the chats. Please, my Christmas wish list tonight is that we hit 2,000 YouTube subscribers. So if you don't have a chance right now, well, if you don't have a chance right now, then you can't do it. So if you have a chance right now, you do have a chance right now. Go to the YouTube channel, The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. So let me do this. As we speak, let me go ahead and share share the screen with you. Never done it by myself, so I don't even know what this is going to look like on your side there. So let's see. Let me turn off the audio so I'm not there. Let's bring me in. Oh, there I am. That's that's a scary thought. I'm live on our YouTube channel. So there you go. I've just split screened on my split screen. On a split screen, I think that's, bigger on the... Wow, okay. This is going to be an interesting predicament here. So this is cool. Yeah, the screen is getting smaller as we progress there. But all you have to do, let me go ahead and change this out. So that's really funky. That is absolutely funky. If you haven't, please join up at the YouTube channel. We have 1550 subscribers right now. We're trying to get to 2,000. We need your help to do that. As you can see here, you get exclusive items only to the YouTube channel if you join up right now. Friday night, we did our Thanksgiving foodie special, which is really cool. It was a couple hours of our panelists coming up with holiday items, and in some cases, geekdom, like Jessica brought up, where you can try recipes for yourself. You can just watch them, and later on, as soon as the panelists give me the recipes, which I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to be getting to them, I'll be putting the recipes in the YouTube channel description. I'll be making sure that you'll get all that information from them as they provide it to me. But also, you can see here the Who Knew News and special links to bits of the TARDIS. And Simon Says, Simon Fisher-Becker, who plays Dorian Moldavar in during the 11th Doctor, Matt Smith's time, Blue Man Group, what I've called him. He does his own segments here exclusively called Simon Says Sci-Fi Vlogs, and that you can only find here on our YouTube channel. I'm sorry, how much of that microphone just went out? That was just spooky there. And let me go ahead. Yeah, please keep chatting. Please keep chatting away and check out our YouTube channel. If you can move over to our YouTube, just give it a little subscribe right now. If you want to stay on the Facebook page and chat, that's fine. That's cool. Whatever floats your boat. But just help us out get those numbers. We want to try to get to 2,000 by the end of the year there. I want to welcome also Andrew Morris, evening from the UK. You got to be up late tonight. I think it's almost midnight over there. So want to say hello to Lynn Lacombe. I hope I got it right. Is it a fact that we aren't going to learn the identity of the new Doctor until next summer? That is the case, which is very weird, Lynn, because normally we get the identity, but I think it has something to do with the transition of Bad Wolf taking over from Doctor Who from the BBC. So this is all going to be an RTD thing, and I know there's been a lot of new stuff coming on because I think with the acquisition of Bad Wolf taking over from the BBC, I think the BBC is going to be still distributing it, and I heard something about the merchandise is still going to be in control of. But yeah, the 14th Doctor's name hasn't been released, or it might be something very new where we might be seeing for the very first time that we might see the regeneration tell us. I don't know. But we won't know until about a couple of weeks from now, from when when Jodie makes her exit. And there's some people who've been asking me, it's like, what do you think? How do you think? You know what? I don't know if that's a mean thing, but I was going to say, put in the chats how you think the 13th Doctor is probably going to be leaving, how they're going to end her, I guess, for a better term. I didn't want to do that. It sounds so bad, but maybe that's that might be something we could bring up out of there. Oh my God, the two of you. Yes. Probably almost out there, the six of us up there. It's a Christian conception. Yes. Hello, Terry MacGyver. Thank you for joining us out there. Tip, make sure watch the credit, no spoilers. I'll be watching the whole thing. And so far I'm by myself tonight. So you guys are my pals. You guys are my friends. Let me go ahead and stop sharing that because it's just driving me insane. There we go. You guys are all my friends tonight. So chat away, talk as much as you want. All I'm asking is until we finally watch the episode, no spoilers in the chat, please. I might have to hide those, so please make sure you're not putting any spoilers. But I'll be happy to listen to your reactions, what you thought about the Village of the Angels. Also, what's really cool about Village of the Angels, and I haven't seen it yet, but it brings back our friend Kevin McNally. And now some of you may not be familiar with the name, but you're probably very familiar with the face. He was in the Sixth Doctor, the premiere episode of Colin Baker as the Sixth Doctor. In the episode Twin Dilemma, he played Hugo Lang. And he's been in a plethora of other stuff, including Supernatural. He's done his own small independent movie called Lipstick. But you know him best as Gibbs in the Pirate of the Caribbean movies. And now he has returned as Professor Jericho in this episode. And we're really excited. So we're going to be tonight reviewing. We're going to be doing predictions, reviews, and and the actual watch party, which you'll actually see my reaction live as I'm watching it on BBC America. So for those of you who are watching it on BBC America, you can, put your TV on, put me on, and then, you get to see what I'm looking at, and then like frowning or happy or sad, you get to see what I'm doing live as well. So let me go ahead and bring up some more chats there. There's a lot of you tonight. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel. Yet it is Happy Who Day. Yes, the 23rd. November the 23rd. Yes, today's the 24th. I was pulling up what date it was. Yeah, 2 days from now, the Doctor will be celebrating their birthday. How long has it been? Good night. Was it? We got 63 minus. Somebody do the math for me. The first person is the winner. Whoever gives me the math of how old the Doctor will be in 2 days from now out there. So I haven't been this excited for an episode in a while. Just remember, don't blink. Yeah, well, that's one. And T. Jury, hi there. Thank you for joining us. There's 3 specials next year. That's when she'll okay. So we're just getting the 6 episodes, and then we're gonna have the 3 specials, and that's when she's going to be exiting out there. So thank you, T. Drury, for doing that. I'm going to be going to need some sleep. I'm going to be going soon. Need sleep. Hey, I appreciate you even coming in. I appreciate you subscribing to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much. This is going to be an exciting night for me because this is going to be me watching it live. As I've been trying to stay away from social media, so I don't know what's going on out there. But I'm being very careful not to see what's going on out there. In the division, if the division is involved, you never know. No spoilers. Yeah, thanks, Tom. Appreciate it. One word, it's mind-boggling. Okay. All right. I believe you. And when I'm watching, I will make sure I keep an eye out on that. Oh, here comes the numbers. So it looks like a consensus 58. Mark says 58. Chris says 59. No worries. Maria. Hey, Maria. I haven't seen you in a while. And Tom also says 58. So I'm going to assume that without doing the math, I haven't pulled up the calculator. I'm going to believe you all because I think you're all geniuses on this. I think it's going to be 58. So yes, this Tuesday, as Andrew says, the Doctor will be turning 58 years old. So congratulations, and we got to celebrate out there. I chat on Facebook, also watch on YouTube at the same time. Mark, thank you so much. Yes, any help over there. And coming from the Twitch page, hola. Now I'm probably going to say this wrong, so if you want to put in the phonetic terminology, let me go. So I will call you Aldo because if I try to get the first name, I'm going to get it wrong. So Aldo, thank you for joining us on the Twitch channel. We do have a Twitch page. You can go over there and watch us as well as saludos from Mexico. Thank you, Aldo. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us on the Twitch page as well. We do have a Twitch page. I love the concept of the Doctor. Yeah, me too there. And so we're saying hi to Sophie Flay. Hi, how you doing there? And I'm getting to your chats because Melanie normally does the chats, so I'm on my own. No commercials tonight, or at least if we do commercials, they're going to be very limited. So just letting you know, their RTD takes care of the 60th anniversary. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I want to see what direction he's going to be taking it in. So I'm hoping, I do have some things to chat about Russell T Davies coming back into the series. One of which, and I've said this on other podcasts as well. I think it's damage control. I truly think you don't go back and pull somebody from the past who rebooted it all. To me, it would be like Disney going back to Michael Eisner to grab him back, going like, "Hey, we're good. We're going in a new direction. We're bringing back Michael Eisner to take care of Disney." And it's just like, no. I think RTD was damage control. I think that he was brought in to try to regain the appreciation of not only new Whovians but classic Whovians as well, because I know a lot of classic. I've known people who have left the series. I know exactly the moment when they left. They either left with arachnids in the UK, or what I call orange mad bad, and yeah, there's some spiders. That was an episode that I know a lot of people just like, I don't know where this is going, but I'm not with it anymore. I know that there's been episodes like Orphan 55, and I almost bailed out too on Orphan 55. I sat there, and it was the first time ever. And people who know me about Doctor Who, they know one thing. I don't bail on Doctor Who. I don't care if there's a bad episode. I don't care if it's Fear Her or Love and Monsters, I watch it through. And with Orphan 55, I stopped the episode. And I stopped the episode as soon as, spoilers for people who didn't uh, who haven't seen the episode as of yet, pause this or whatever. When they find out that it's part of Earth, and I'm sorry, I saw that as a steal from the Trial of the Time Lord, the Mysterious Planet, when they find out the Ravalox is Earth, and I sat there and go like, you stole Ravalox, you stole the idea of Ravalox. I mean, this is to me, it was just really a bad story all around. There was nothing good about it. I just. And then you get into episodes like Praxius. And I know people who left because of the last scene with the Doctor and Graham, when Graham thinks that he might be dying of cancer again. And it's never even brought back up throughout the entire series. And when Jodie goes, well, I'm socially awkward, I'm like, that was the most horrible thing I had ever seen written for the Doctor. This is the Doctor who stood at the Rings of Akatan and lectured that being, that sun being across the way. This is the Doctor who gave a wonderful speech in the Zygon inversion at the end when he's talking to the Zygons, the buttons, truth or consequence. We're talking about the Doctor who stood in the middle of the arc in space and had that big speech of Homo sapiens and how much he adored them. And now he can't even say anything to Graham. This is the moment where Jodie could have exploded onto the scene saying a wonderful thing to Graham, and she came up with socially awkward. And I don't blame Jodie for that. I blame the writing. I don't know where it went. And when I reviewed series 13 now, the very first episode, I was like, well, that's a good episode. But to say the first episode, the Halloween Apocalypse is a great episode, is not saying much against the 11th and 12th season for me. I think the only thing that I really kind of liked was maybe the Witchfinders, and I had an issue with that, and also the Terror Night of I can't remember, but the Tesla episode, which I thought was a really good episode. Other than that, I can't get a handle on the series for what Chibnall has brought out. And I just wanted to be honest with you. I believe that Doctor Who's a wonderful show. I just can't stand the direction it's gone into. And either it's the writing or the direction of Chibnall or all the above, or in some cases I've heard that Jodie had made the decision not to look at classic Who. She never went back and saw what other actors have done before. And for me, if that is the case, if that is candid, then it shows. I'm sorry. It does show that she feels disconnected. The whole series for Jodie. I'm not saying Jodie Whittaker is a bad actress. I'm not saying maybe we shouldn't have gone this direction for a first female Doctor. I'm just saying that it doesn't feel like the Doctor Who that I grew up with or got rebooted in. And I know that the Doctor has to change, but you can't just change for change's sakes, in my eyes. You have to change and keep what's the core values of what's going on. And I'm even a bit concerned about how the Timeless Children is being handled at this moment, because I really don't know what's going on. But I hope it's within the good standings of what came before, all the way back in 1963. Let's see here. I'm sorry, going for the chats because I'm just splurting out right now. No spoilers, but in my honest opinion, tonight's episode is one of the best of the last 10 years. Wow. Okay. Well, I hope so. Like I said, a lot of people are convincing me that this is a good episode. Those last three episodes, the first episode, the Halloween Apocalypse, it felt good. It felt like Chibnall was learning from series 11 and 12 and actually listening to people tell him, you may want to start writing better stuff. But to me, and comment below, comment away what you think. I felt like the Halloween Apocalypse were a bunch of movie trailers just put together that were so disconnected to try to entice me to keep watching, which it did, but it never really got anywhere to what I wanted as far as the episodes were concerned. And I didn't feel like it was a whole episode. I think it was a better episode than what I thought about series 11 and 12. But for me, it wasn't saying much. So it was good, but I just felt like it's also saying, you know what, that's good for a movie trailer as well. Time to rewatch An Adventure in Space and Time soon, and am in the Earthly Child too. Yeah, classic Who's always some good stuff up there. Okay, yeah, Trader, if you like arachnids in the UK, more power to you. I when I broke it down, I was just not happy. One of the things that I just had a challenge with, and this is the biggest thing, was during that time, I watch sci-fi. I watch my shows to get away from things, to get away from the politics, to get away from the bad stuff, to get away from all that. And it felt like I was being slammed my head into the politics. Not only did we get a caricature of the president of that time, but then we get the mention of the person. And I've said constantly, I said, like, there was a lot of hate going on at that time, and I didn't need it in Doctor Who. I could have watched CNN, I would go watch MSNBC, I could have watched anything, Animal Planet, MTV. There was all that hate going on, and here it comes in Doctor Who, the place I want to escape. Now, if you loved arachnids in the UK, more power to you. More power to you. It's fine. That's the way it is. I mean, some people liked it, other people didn't. I didn't, because it took my reality and shoved it into the show, which I did not want to. Aldo, the TARDIS is a great time dimensional traveling. Oh yeah, I love it. I have a traveling TARDIS with me, but the traveling TARDIS is right now with Melanie in Tampa. So wow, yeah, okay. Mark says it is definitely oh my god episode tonight. I need to watch it again. Benny, where's Benny? Okay, I believe you all. I'm hoping you're right. I'm really hoping you're right. I want this to be a great episode. I'm not somebody who wants Doctor Who to fail. I mean, I have a whole podcast for Doctor Who. Why would I want the series to fail? I want it to be a great success, but I think it needs to still be on the terms that has been set in precedence, 50 some odd years ago. And I understand there's change and things need to be changed every now and then. I'm going to be honest with you. I said this before in the other episodes. I feel like that I'm trying to get through Series 13 than to embrace and enjoy Series 13. I feel like I'm trying to get to the 14th series so I don't have to deal with Series 13 as much. But I don't know. I'm maybe I need some convincing. I'm hoping you guys can convince me. And unfortunately, the team's not here tonight, so we can't watch it live together. Some of my team is actually, I believe, Shirley Hott is at. It's not Li Who. I think. Well, it is Li Who. It's in New York for Li Who. So I meant it is what it is. And I'm hoping you are all right. And and you guys haven't let me down in the past, so I want to be right about this. Andrew says, I think the pressure of the 60th put a lot of new showrunners off. If Chibnall had stayed up until the 60s, it would have been easier to get a new showrunner. RTD wanted to come back as he did, as he wanted to be a big anniversary show. Apparently, I don't know, because Andrew, if you've looked in previous stuff that RTD has mentioned, he didn't want to come back to Doctor Who. He made it very clear he did not want to come back to Doctor Who. So coming back was kind of okay. Didn't think you wanted to come back. Do you go back to the old ground and fix things? So Chibnall isn't great at writing the Doctor Who speeches. No, yeah, I totally agree with you, 100%, Andrew. I think the writers in general, I don't even remember their names. That's the thing. I don't even remember their names except for maybe the guy who wrote Orphan 55. His name was Ed something. And I just don't remember the names there. And it just, it just feels like I need to get through this. I need to get to the next level. And I don't want to feel like that. I want to feel like every episode that's coming up right now is going to be wonderful. But everybody who's been coming back to me and saying, Christian, trust us. You're going to love the Village of the Angels. It's going to blow your mind. So I'm hoping that's the case. And Christopher says Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror, yeah, and I think the Witchfinder's Target book ending explains on the story brilliantly. That's right. Folks, if you do me a favor, I'll be right back. I just need to take a break. Unfortunately, I don't have my team to chat with you for a moment there. So if you don't mind, I'm going to hold you. Just stand by. I'll be right back. I'm just going to do a biological, and I'll return momentarily to continue with your chat. Stand by, please.
Oh, brilliant! It's hard to believe that in the 56-year history of the greatest sci-fi television show in the English language, there has never been a fan guide to Doctor Who. The official books might give you what they think you need to know, but only a guide written by a true fan will give you what you really want to know. Join Whovian, the brilliant Mackenzie Flaw, as she takes you on an intensive journey inside the world of the first female Doctor. In the Binge Watcher's Guide to Doctor Who, Season 11. Right, let's get a shift on.
Famous Faces and Funnies in Melbourne, Florida is leading the way in pop culture fun. From comic books and graphic novels to Funko Pops and collector's items, Famous Faces and Funnies has it all. Rick Shea and the professional team at Famous Faces and Funnies are friendly and knowledgeable. Whether you're looking for toys, props, collector treasures, or a new comic book, Famous Faces and Funnies is your one-stop shop. To find Famous Faces and Funnies on Facebook and Twitter, just type at FFF Comics.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us at the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Christian Basil. Tonight we are doing our live chats, and want to thank everybody who was waiting patiently enough. I'm just going to say this: don't drink a lot of water before you go live on a stream. So if you want to join in the live chat, please do so wherever you are, from your YouTube channel, Facebook page, or on Twitch. Just chat, and if it's cool, I'll bring it up. We're just asking tonight. No spoilers, please. While I'll be watching it in just less than half an hour away, we'll be discussing and talking about Doctor Who Flux, the Village of the Angels, and then we'll spend the final half hour of the episode going over the episode, doing a review. And please comment away, because I'm alone tonight. All my team is gone for tonight out there. So welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen, to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, and thank you for your patience there. Again, if you ever do a 3-hour stream, don't drink water. That's all I'm going to say. Don't drink a lot of water the time before there. Let's get to your chats out here. Mark Robinson says, wasn't Jodie that was Chipley telling Jodie not to watch previous Doctor? I heard that. In fact, I think one of the big oops that I think for me, and you please tell me if you think that this is wrong. I think one of the big oops is that when Chibnall started the series and he came back, I'm not going to do anything from previous. I'm not going to bring back any previous monsters. I'm not going to have any previous writers. I'm not going to have anybody working from previous. This is all going to be new. That is a bold ideology when it comes to a series like Doctor Who. That also can bite you in the rear end if you don't do it properly. I'm sorry that if that is the case, and you can tell from the first, if you're going to have the monsters that they had on Doctor Who, I think RTD and Moffat did it right. You bring in the Daleks, then you bring in the Weeping Angels, you bring in the Cybermen, and you bring in the Vashan Narada. You bring in the Centaurans, you bring in the Ood. You mix it up, and then you can kind of slowly fade or put to the side the classic monsters for new. But there's 50 years of classic Who at the time that he was doing it. I mean, there's 50 years of stories, characters, knowledge that was just sitting in a treasure trove. And for me, it was like Chibnall going out there looking for a treasure, finding that treasure and going, no, this is not the treasure I want. There's another treasure over there, and it's full of crap. For me, there's a lot of questions that Classic Who needs to answer because, first of all, Chris Chibnall, there's more than 3 Time Lords on Gallifrey. Not just the Doctor, the Master, and Rassilon. There's more than 3. What's going on with the Ronnie? What's going on with Romana, who was the president during the time, or we assume at the time that the Time War was happening? What happened to her reign? Where did she go? What's going on with Omega? I mean, I'm sure that Omega somewhere out there is kind of catching on out there. So let's go back to your chats real fast because I see a lot of you coming in. Sophie Flay says, yes, little. And Maria says, cancer survivor here. Sorry, but that scene was, for me, exactly what I had experienced in life. It was important in that not knowing what to say doesn't mean people don't care. Sorry, but that scene touched me. Maria, if it touched you, it touched you. I can't say anything different, and I don't want to say anything different. I will not pee on anybody's happiness. I mean, if that worked for you, and God bless you that you are a cancer survivor, and I hope you're on this planet long time. If that worked for you, that's fine. But for me, as the character of the Doctor, it didn't work. It just didn't work as the character of the Doctor, who's said wonderful things, has been there at moments at the worst possible situations. I'll give you an example, Maria. When the Doctor, I think this was the Curse of the Fenric, when the Doctor had to make Ace make a decision and break her spirit by betraying her, and Ace having complete faith in the Doctor was what was needed to stop the monster. The Doctor had to break Ace's faith or the monster was going to win. At that moment, he tells the bad guy to go kill Ace. And it was heart-wrenching because inside the Doctor, it was killing him. It was literally killing him that he had to betray Ace. And at the end, Ace fell down to the ground and she literally just like cursed the Doctor's name out. But once the monster was defeated, he had to tell her, hey, listen, I did this because I needed to stop the monster at that time. Now, I'm sorry, I'm paraphrasing. And then, like I said, for what you've gotten out of that episode, and if it made you feel right, more power to you. Love you. And I hope, you're on this planet for as long as you can be. But just for me as a character, it just didn't work. It just didn't gel right with me. I think the Doctor could have said something very passionate and very important at that time. Must sleep now. May pop over later to see your reaction to the new video. Yes, by all means. To the new episode. Yes, by all means. Thank you. Make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube channel. Like, share, comment. Please do so. Just help the algorithms. And help us get to 2,000 subscribers at the end of the year. I appreciate it. Thank you, T. Drury, for coming up on there. Maria says, personally, I thought Matt Smith there was a low point. Felt like Moffat was trying to turn Who into a comedy rather than a drama with elements of comedy. I do think, I get what you're saying, Maria, and I think I'm trying to, let me put this thought together. I think there's a campiness that's in Doctor Who that's kind of evolved in Doctor Who, especially when you get into the Tom Baker all the way up until the Sylvester McCoy era, you start to see that campiness, and that campiness kind of evolves into New Who. You see it from time to time. I'm trying to think of examples, and yes, it did get a little bit more campier in Matt Smith. I think that was a choice by Matt Smith, which I think makes him an actually cool Doctor, because I do like the camp. But there's that time where the seriousness and the camp have to work together in an episode. But I think that's what's great about Doctor Who. You're 1 minute crying because of something terrible that happened, and the next minute you're crying because of laughter. But that's just from me. Matt Pife, I hope I pronounced that right. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe. I am too far behind, going to have to binge soon. I've only seen the first Jodie episode, and the Dalek one. They were okay. If you like it, you like it. That's cool. That's cool, Matt. Thank you for joining us on the YouTube channel. Everybody, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. We all have eras that don't work for us. Yes, Maria, that's true. And we have I know a couple of women, believe it or not, Maria, I know a couple of women who actually do not like David Tennant. If you can believe that. They didn't like David Tennant at all. So I was just like, okay, that seems to be a minority, but that's more power to you. If you like Matt Smith, some of them love Peter Capaldi. Hey, that's it. And you're right, Maria. There have been errors that haven't worked out for us. And especially when it came to the Sixth Doctor, I don't think that was a Colin Baker thing. I was thinking that was just the BBC trying to axe the show. But it did get a little bit, the campiness went up in level, and you could see where it was just one of the most cringiest lines that I remember was Perry saying, "As you remember, I was to have a cold dinner." I'm like, nobody says that on any level. And I was just like, what's that all about? I don't know if you remember that time. I don't even remember the episode. I think it was Vengeance on Veros, but it was just really, I was like, who says those kinds of things? I was just like, no, that was just weird. Andrew, tonight's episode is well done all around. Good cast, good story, and looks great. And it's scary for sure. Yeah, I kind of like, I'm very excited about the cast, especially. Just to give you an FYI, and you guys get a chance to do this, and this is on our YouTube channel as well. We had Kevin McNally on the show. For those of you who may be joining us and not familiar, Kevin McNally, he was Hugo Lang in the Sixth Doctor episode Twin Dilemma. A lot of you will know him from his work in Pirates of the Caribbean as Josiah Gibbs. And he is now, if you haven't seen the episode or have seen it, he returns as Professor Jericho. And we've actually been in discussion with Kevin, and the couple nights ago, Kevin said, yes, I would love to come back and talk about my reappearance. Apparently, he was hinting to us during the time that maybe he was coming back to Doctor Who, but he couldn't tell us anything about that. So we wanted to respect that. Okay, we'll wait. And so now that the episode has premiered and everything's cool, we're going to have Kevin back in the new year. He's going to be one of our first guests returning back out there. So let me get more to the comments. Excuse me there. Got it. And hopefully RTD can right the ship. Me too. And all I'm saying is you don't have to change things overnight. You can just put things back. A lot of people, see, here is my take on this. And a lot of people, when they first mentioned that Jodie Whittaker was going to be the 13th Doctor, and I had been describing it on other podcasts as well as mine, that, if one of my biggest concerns is if you're going to have the first female Doctor, that's not what I want. Meaning that it's fine if you want to bring and change in a female, and maybe that's something that we should be looking into, to have a female Doctor, because I want the show to go beyond me, and that might be an experiment to take on. I didn't think they were going to do it so soon after Peter Capaldi. I thought that maybe they'll do one more guy, and then as things come back in then they would do the first female Doctor. I'm like, okay, fine, but one of the things I said, I don't want it to be about the first female Doctor. I want it to be about the alien named the Doctor. Once you go into that realm of first female Doctor, I'm not with you. I can't be with you. I want it to be that she puts on her outfit, she assumes the role, and we just go on as if, it would have been another guy, another dude being in the role, and it's fine. And the reason why I was keen on doing and accepting Jodie Whittaker, because I saw Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker in Broadchurch. That's what brought me on. And as far as the female role, I was getting more comfortable because of a woman named Michelle Gomez, who took on the role of the Master, and she owned that role. And whether or not she went back and looked in the past of the classic Who episodes, or looked back and saw the Master and saw Reggie DeGaldo, she encompassed everything that was the Master and took it to her own level. And she brought it in and she took it on. And I greatly consider her the Master. I know there are people out there, who walked away because it was a female Master and said, I'm not into this. And that's fine. That's their prerogative. If that's the case, then it's kind of the same way when Jodie took over. There were people, and I tell the story all the time. The reason why we started this show was that years ago, there were two women at a panel who wouldn't even talk to me, or wouldn't even be part of the panel. And the discussion is, what do you think about Jodie Whittaker being the 13th Doctor? And these women would not come up to me until the very end. And they started talking to me and said, we trust you. We don't like the idea of a female doctor. And they explained it. And I said, okay, that's fine. All I ask is to give her a chance. If you don't like it, give her 2-3 episodes. After the third episode, if you walk in here and say, I just don't feel it, or it just doesn't work for me, fine. You did you. And that's all I can add. I would never insult them. The whole idea of having a geekdom and a Whoniverse is to try to work together. And that's the thing that I just don't appreciate right now in social media. What I say, that our show is anti-Twitter. If you like her, that's great. If you don't like her, that's great. I want to have that discussion. That's what the show was about. And we kind of walked in a very weird spot because we were coming in, circa 2016, when things were just going wild on the internet. And when we first started, we were talking about, what Whovians were. What is a Whovian? What is a fan? And I've seen people like, you're not a true fan if you don't like Jodie. I'm just like, that doesn't gel. There's people who don't like Colin Baker. There's no people who don't like William Hartnell. There's people who don't actually like David Tennant. It doesn't make him any less of a fan. It just means that that's not their thing. That's not their gel. And as you put it, Maria, some people, it just doesn't work for them. Some eras don't work for other people, and that's fine. But what I tell those people is not, let the door hit you on the way out. What I tell those people is, I'll see you in 3 years. If this did not work for you, if you tried it and you still didn't like it, I will see you in 3 years. I welcome them back. I leave the door open. I don't shun them out. And that's where I think the geekdom has gone wrong. And it just disappoints me because my whole experience, if you've been watching me through with panels that have gone through Orlando MegaCon and Florida SuperCon and everywhere else in the country, you know that I'm not only a big cheerleader for Doctor Who, but I'm a cheerleader for the fans as well. And I want the fans to enjoy. And you're not going to make everybody happy, but as long as we are staying on the course of fandom and we're appreciating each other, that I think we've lost as a fan base. And that's sad. It really is sad. If you don't like Jodie, I'm still with you. But let me get to the chats because we're about to start in 15 minutes there. Depends on who gets as the Doctor. Sophia, yes, Village for the Angels. It's so good. Okay, guys, I believe you. I believe you so well. I hope that is the case. Village of the Angel is Village of the Angle. That's cool. That's fine there. Mark says, Christian, we had some issues with the Sixth Doctor. We had to ride through the storm. We can get through the dimension in time. Doctor Who easy. Yeah, that was it is what it is. And people are still going like, what Mark is talking about is there was an episode called Dimensions in Time, which was a crossover with multi-doctors and a show called EastEnders. For those of you who may not be familiar with it, it was a very, very weird episode if you can. But it was for children in need. And please forgive if I fall asleep as I got to work by 7 a.m. And Mark, if you need to go to sleep, go to sleep. That's fine, dude. I mean, come back and enjoy the episode and then chat about it later. I got to work tomorrow as well. So it's fine. It's fine. By the way, the LFCC this weekend was smaller than normal, but man, it was good and tiring. Good. I'm glad to see the conventions are coming back out there. RTD, Andrew says RTD didn't want to do Doctor Who until lockdown, and he did a lot of the material for that. Yeah, that's true. And so did Moffat, and that reignited his love for creating Doctor Who stories. Okay. I haven't heard that, but if you've heard that, or if it's in the docu, please let me know and I'll check it out for myself out there. Maria, we should be grateful RTD wants back. It's a thankless job where a section of the fandom spends their entire era complaining. You know what? Yes. And I've said this before, Maria, it's kind of like, I really don't want to bring politics into it, but it is the president of the United States. And no matter what decision you're going to make, whatever decision you're going to make, you're going to piss somebody off somewhere along the way. You just got to do what you got to do and think what's best for the TV show. Is it right for all the fandom? Could the fans be right? Yes. Could showrunner be right? Yes. It's really hard to pick and choose, especially with a show that is running this long. I don't know of any show out there, especially in a sci-fi realm, that has run this long and continues to run. And it is a really hard decision, but I still think that for me, Chibnall went in a direction that wasn't upholding Classic Who as much. And I think that was what made RTD and Moffat successful during their time. I'm not saying that he was trying to do, he was trying to do something, he was trying to reboot it, and it doesn't work. You have to honor what came before. But that's my opinion on out there. And she was told not to, but ignored him. Okay. Chibnall not using the history is like trying to rebuild a car without knowing nothing about the combustion engine. That's true. We're trying to build a car from ground zero and just not getting anywhere with it. So, it's for a better term, Matt, reinventing the wheel altogether. You can't really do that. You had something before. And RTD, when he came into the show, he had a choice of saying, you know what, Christopher Eccleston is actually the first Doctor now. That's the case. So, but he didn't. He knew that to make Doctor Who a success, he's going to need the classic Whovians because they've been waiting for this. And RTD was a classic Whovian as well as Stephen Moffat. So he knew, and yeah, I'm sure it was mind-boggling because there was one reboot already back in '96 and that failed. So yeah, there was a lot of people calling, is he really serious? And how many times have you, when I was growing up in what they call the wilderness years, which means that for new fans, it's time that Doctor Who was off the air. I think it was a total like 14 years, with the exception of the 1996 movie reboot. And that kind of went, south. It went one episode and that was it. Andrew says Missy was so well written. Yes. For my opinion, yes. And I think it's only to say more or less that I think is a testament to Michelle Gomez as an actress. So there you go. Because she just did a phenomenal job. Mark says that really annoys me when people say Jodie says that she's the first female Doctor, not the first female. She's the third female. She is first canon Doctor on the TV show. For me, when a male actor is taking over the role, it's always actor Matt Smith, actor actor Peter Capaldi, actor David Tennant. And I think that's the way it should have been. It shouldn't have been. And every time you see in the social media, yeah, it's over and over again. First female Doctor. It's the actress Jodie Whittaker. For me, it's the alien, the Doctor. There's really no, limitations to the Doctor now that we've kind of crossed this line. To me, it's just the alien. Really, what the Doctor's got packing between the legs doesn't really affect me. And it shouldn't. It's just the way that it is because the Doctor's an alien. Sixth Doctor was redeemed through Big Finish. Yes, totally. Yes. I agree to that. Yes. Problem being, hey, wow, you are up late too as well there. Hi, problem being. Yep, we're going to be doing, I'll be doing the watch party in just a few moments. I'll be getting ready. So in a moment, you're going to see the thumbnail come back up. And I apologize. I'm going to try it because I'm by myself tonight. So I wasn't expecting that. But hey, you get to see my reaction and you get to talk to me directly. Normally, we don't have a chance because everybody's giving their review, their opinions and stuff like that. But tonight, you get to tell me what's going on. Ian O'Hannigan, yeah, I'm going to send you a Facebook request. Remind me, I'm going to check back because I'm having issues with my previous account. So I'll try to find you out there. Graham Krause, I think the Swarm is from Classic Who, The Great Vampires. Might be. I don't know as of yet out there. I'm going to tell you what, if you don't mind me, I'm going to pause for a moment. I'll be right back. I'm going to get everything set up and ready. So give me a moment. I'm by myself tonight. And I apologize for the inconvenience. But yeah, stand by. I'll be right back.
Famous Faces and Funnies in Melbourne, Florida is leading the way in pop culture fun. From comic books and graphic novels to Funko Pops and collector's items, Famous Faces and Funnies has it all. Rick Shea and the professional team at Famous Faces and Funnies are friendly and knowledgeable. Whether you're looking for toys, props, collector treasures, or a new comic book, Famous Faces and Funnies is your one-stop shop. To find Famous Faces and Funnies on Facebook and Twitter, just type at FFF Comics.
Meet the Doctor.
I'm the Doctor.
But not the one you were expecting.
All right, sexy. It's time to go home.
Doctor Who Velocity. Streaming now.
The massive audio Doctor Who Bad Wolf Bluetooth TARDIS speaker. That's all I gotta say, one word. Wow. It looks like it just jumped right off the screen. Here it is in all its Bad Wolf glory. Right here is the on-off switch and the up and down volume. Right here's the speaker. The TARDIS stands about 6 inches from the bottom of the TARDIS all the way up to the top where the light is. Look at the detail. Wow.
You can see me on the TV outside, yeah.
Oh.
I gotta go. Sorry.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you.
Get out.
Alien invaders enslave Earth.
Unleashing hunters into the ruin wastes.
One young survivor struggles to elude their monsters, clinging to hope.
When he's stolen off the planet by a sarcastic starship AI,
They pit their uneasy alliance against a treacherous galaxy. Explore a whole new verse of barbarism and betrayal
Wonder and Adventure
in the Scion series,
by Michael J. Allen.
beginning with Book 1, Scion Conquered Earth.
Available in print, ebook, and audio on Amazon.com.
I'm here. Hang on a second. I'm getting ready to bring up the video. It's just taking a while. I apologize. And I'll be watching with you. For those of you who are watching on BBC America, I'm going to be watching it live with you. Anytime that there is a commercial break, I will be telling you my thoughts of what I think is going on. I'm going to try to keep it spoiler free. until we get to the review, which will be the last half hour of the show out there. And you exactly know me, RO. Okay. Hang on a second. I am pulling up BBC America in just a moment there so I can get the... and you get to watch me as I'm watching it live. I will try to keep it spoiler-free the whole time. Let's go to the channel and keep the chats going. Best episode, Chibnall's era, thanks to Maxine. Okay. Because I've been watching you. I've been watching you on the other Doctor Who pages, the other Doctor Who shows, podcasts, and I know you have your criticism of the current stuff. But if you like this, if you like it, that means a lot. That means actually a lot to me. And Ian, wanted to say hello there. And let's see, going into the chats. Hi, everyone on YouTube and Facebook. Sophie, thank you so much. Yep, hello there. Make sure you are subscribing to our channel. The show is going to start in 3 minutes. Sharon, hi. You're Sharon, welcome there. Such competition tonight. Doctor Who Traveling TARDIS up against Caligula's Palace Review 60 minutes. Okay. I don't know. Well, you can watch both of us going on out there. So you get a 2-for-1. You get to watch me live when I'm watching Doctor Who, which will be taking place in 3 minutes from now. And then Matthew Peck, hi, Christian, hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. I'm about to watch tonight's episode, so no spoilers. For those of you watching on BBC America, you can post it. In fact, you can, while you're in the chats, you're more than welcome to post what you thought of the episode. And again, it's going to be running 90 minutes because we've got commercials, and I apologize. In between, when the commercials come up, I will be giving you my take. I might be giving you some idea of where I am, but I'm going to try to keep it as spoilers free until we get to the end of the episode out there. Christian, what is your view of Fugitive Doctor, who's written like a badass? I love her. I love Jo Martin. She does a great job. And I've said this in the past, and I don't feel bad about saying it, but I'll say this, and I'll probably get the hate mail going. I think Jo Martin's far better Doctor than Jodie as far as interpretation of the Doctor. That is not a rip on Jodie. That's just saying, listen, after I saw 5 minutes of Jo Martin's Doctor, I was like, when can I follow her? Where can we watch Jo going on out there? So, and that's just my opinion. No cashews in the story. Okay. Matthew, it is the best of the series. My God. Okay. We're getting a lot of people mentioning that this is actually probably the best episode of series 13 so far. So we'll see what they said. Problem Being says, I gave it a 7 out of 10 as a standalone, but as part of the Flux, it doesn't do it for me. I won't say why. Well, I mean, when we get to the review, if you don't mind sticking around, I know it's going to be late over there, or later when you come back, you're more than welcome to tell me in the chats. I'll be trying to find you out there, Problem Being. So definitely want to get your take on it as well. For those of you who were waiting for my review of War of the Centaurans, I still haven't given a number yet. It was kind of like Timeless Children for me. I'll explain why if I have a chance in between the commercials out here there. So I love all character 4. I love all character 4 for Village of the Angels. Okay. Contrivance. Okay, that's no problem. That's no problem there. No problem whatsoever. What predictions of Bell and Vinder's story? I've heard the rumors. I'm trying to keep it spoiler free. I might put that out. But if people are going with what they're thinking, I'm thinking that they're thinking wrong. If it turns out to be right, I'm like, I don't know how I would take it. It would probably something that I just cannot digest. Will definitely be outside of the Cartmel master plan, because that was a lot used. And by the way, people who were here's the funny part. Our podcast, and this is also going to Problem Being, our podcast, after the social medias came out and said, well, they were following the Cartmel master plan, we contradicted them. We actually had an interview with Andrew Cartmel the week after, and he goes, no, that's not exactly what I wanted. I'm going to run through the chat since the episode is just starting. It's a big hit on Doctor Who Infinity too. Okay. And I give it 10 out of 10 for scares. Wow, Chris. Okay. All right. Well, the episode's just started. Don't blink. I'm watching it, and you're going to see my reactions live. So let's see how this goes. And they already started with Kevin McNally, so I'm a happy camper right there. So, and you're more than welcome to continue the chats with each other. Cartmel scoffed at that. Yeah, you should actually watch our episode with Andrew Cartmel. The problem being, it's a game changer for as far as the social medias were concerned. Coming out there going like, this is falling in the Cartmel master plan. I'm like, not really. So, guys, don't forget while the episode's running, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Like, share, comment. That's how we're going to get out there. Get us up to 2,000 subscribers. Okay, well, we've seen the scene in the trailer that everybody's seen where Professor Jericho's asking her name is Claire Brown. So that's popped up in the beginning. I'll tell you that much. I love Kevin McNally. That's sorry, I'm trying to straighten out my TV now because it's getting weird. I want you to be able to see my face while I'm watching this. Okay, that's a good beginning. That's a very good beginning. Yeah, that's a good start. Jeez. Oh, I watched you in the interview with him. He also reiterated his disdain for Eddie of Scarro's video. All right. Well, by the way, he's going to be back in the new year, so I can't wait to have him back and have him talk because he would not even he was hinting that he might be doing current Who, but he just kind of left it aloof. So I totally get it there. Okay, we're back after the theme. Theme just played. Yeah, if you want to watch it with me on BBC iPlayer. The thing is, I got commercials. So you can pause where I get past the commercials. Okay, that was a cool line. Hey, Janine. Thank you for coming tonight. Yeah, I did have the Capaldi eyebrows raised at the beginning. That was interesting. Let me ask you people something. When you watch Doctor Who and you see the angels online, do you do what I do? I mean, it's just like when you see somebody going underwater, you try to hold your breath, pretend you hold your breath in front of the TV. I do the same thing when I see the weeping angels. Just like I have to stare at the TV, but that's just me. Hey, Chad. We're doing right now, for those of you just joining us, we're watching the episode live. No? I can't help it, Sophie. I got to watch them. I thought it was... I'm hoping I'm not the only one who does that. I know, right? Okay. Okay, it's just me. Fine. Guys, have your fun with that. Fine. It's just me. Watch. Anytime I see an angel on the TV, I gotta keep my eyes open. That's true too. I joke at conventions. It's just like, thanks to Stephen Moffat, I can't go to the garden section of the Home Depot without looking around. And I see the cherub and go, no, not today. Not today, Satan. Not today. Thanks, Ange. That's a good question. I'm trying not to do spoilery, but a weeping angel looks like an angel, but does it have to actually look like an angel? Because we saw the Statue of Liberty become a weeping angel, but can something like a gravestone or something that's not supposed to be human-esque be a weeping angel? I've never asked that question out there. Weeping angels are the one of the most... Yeah. Thanks, Stephen Moffat. Appreciate it. That's correct, Judy. If you got to go, Sophie, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. That's true, but they're not weeping angels. So wake up now. Sophie, if you gotta go, I understand that. You're just gonna be watching me reacting, and then we'll have the review afterwards. But you gotta get some sleep. My friends in the UK, this episode will be online later on. But thank you so much for joining us, Sophie. If you want to stay for the whole thing, hey, more power to you. It helps the algorithm. And again, for those of you who are on our Facebook page, if you can move to our YouTube channel or just give us a subscribe on the YouTube channel, just give us help. We're trying to get more views from our YouTube. We appreciate that. And we're trying to get to 2,000 by the end of the year. That's our goal. Oh. Problem solving. I kind of saw that coming. We're on the commercial break right now and got to the first break. And for those of you who've seen the episode, I'm at the mirror. Let me put it that way. I'm trying not to. I'm at the mirror. And I did kind of see that coming, actually. But I didn't think it was going to be so quick. It's very, very, very odd. But yeah, that kind of caught me off guard. But I was kind of like, okay, we know that there's something going on, but I didn't want to give too much. I want to spoil it for you. I wish we could actually put it up on the cover over there, but unfortunately, for those of you who are familiar with YouTube and their copyrights, we don't want to get a copyright strike. We want to make the BBC happy, even though I've said some weird things about them there. Sophie says, wait, and you'll finally watch. Yeah, I will stay there until the very end. I'm staying in until the very end. Unfortunately, it's 90 minutes long, so hopefully. New Civil War storyline, Weeping Angels versus Gargoyles. Let's see if Disney is up for that. Well, you know what? With RTD now in control of the creative side of Doctor Who, and I know that, in fact, that Russell T Davies likes multiverses in the Marvel universe. In fact, if you think about it, John Barrowman's character, who is Captain Jack Harkness, is actually a token name from Agatha Harkness from WandaVision, or in the Wanda Maximoff comics for the Scarlet Witch. She's actually in there, and that's actually a name taken from Agatha Harkness. And I've known from interviews that RTD likes Marvel, so for him to take it into the Marvelverse or to make it into a multiverse, that might be the new direction that we have to take it if we're going to continue on with storylines outside. I don't know. And it also depends upon the direction at RTD, because if it gets too weird, like the Timeless Children, then people will start kind of rejecting that. Oh yeah, wow, yep, that is correct, Judy. That's what they're... I mean, there was talk about when we first saw Joe Martin being the fugitive Doctor, that this was the ideology for the start of the multiverse of Doctor Who, which is kind of a weird cliche, because now we're seeing a lot of things go on in a multiverse, but maybe Doctor Who could do that. I don't know, but we'll have to see. The episodes come back to reaction time. If you want to continue comments, chat with each other by all means. And thank you for joining us. I'm going to change that. Hold on. That's more like watch party in progress. I will say this about the current 13th series. They're finally using Yaz as the police officer that we've been waiting. It was the same thing that I criticized about Melanie Bush in the Sixth Doctor, because she was supposed to be a computer expert, never used it. In fact, she became the Doctor's trainer until Big Finish finally utilized that in more than one episode, and it was awesome, especially in the Juggernauts episode, Big Finish. If you ever get a chance, listen to the Juggernauts. It'll definitely redeem the character of Melanie Bush. You'll love her. It was fantastic. And none of those screams are happening. The Daleks will destroy the angels. Yeah, because you build them, Chad. I know that. Check out the Dalek Builders of Florida when you get a chance out there. Give them a like and a subscribe. They're awesome. Uh-oh. I'm one of those that every time I see a weeping angel, I do this. I'm sure you like that image. Somebody probably took a screenshot. And since the Scar in the UK, check them all out as well. Yes. Very strange conversation here. If you're still there, problem being, if you can do me a small favor, write in the chat if I will be satisfied about where the Timeless Children is heading. Because I trust you. I think you and I think on the same parameter there. Hey, folks, I'm going to be right back. We're in the commercial break. I'm just going to be right back. I just got to make some adjustments, and I will be continuing my watch party and telling you what's going on. But right now, we're on a planet. Talk to you later. I'll be right back. Okay, we're still on the commercial break. I'm back. I was having issues also with my microphone. It's been going in and out. So I'm hoping if anybody will just say thumbs up or I can hear you or something, just to let me know that my microphone is working okay. Just throw it in the chat right now. Mark, what did Bell mean by... I'm going to keep... Mark, I'm going to keep the spoilers out for just a moment there because I'm still watching it. But in the half hour that we got left on this episode, I will... I'll bring up that question there. Thank you, Chad, and thank you, Andrew, and thank you, Mark. Yes, thanks. The audio is... This microphone is getting sensitive. I have a Blue Yeti, and for whatever reason now, over time, I think it's just the switch got a little weird, wonky. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you so much. The show's back on. We should have a shot game for every time she uses a sonic. I'll tell you what, every time she uses a sonic screwdriver, I will use my sonic screwdriver. How's that? Okay. How do you think 13 will save the day? First of all, not blinking, Janine. For those of you who already probably seen it, I'm inside the house. Every time Jodie uses the screwdriver, I'm going to use mine. So there you go. That might even tell you where I am in the story there, Mark. Absolutely. I'll just, Mark, I'm where, if you're catching up a BBC player, Jericho opened the door. And guess who? Actually, problem, I'm going to say this. I hope they're not following me on YouTube because in the mirror sequence, I've actually had an idea for that something like that happened. That's all I'm going to say. Excuse me. Ooh. It should be a drinking game problem. It should be a total drinking game. If you're trying to catch up with me, Mark, we're with Dan and Yaz, and for a better term, they're behind. Yes. Janine's got a good question for everybody. If you want to go in the chats while I'm still watching, what do you guys think of the timeless children storyline? Go ahead and chat about it right now. What you think? What are your predictions? While I'm still watching, and I'll give you my take as well. I'll give you my take during commercial break. And Mark, if you're trying to catch up, we found a chicken. Good question. Okay, we're on a commercial break. Mark, if you're catching up, I hope they're not going the way I think it is. And 2 seconds behind you. Okay. Well, I'm a commercial break. Dan asked the kid a question. That's where I am right now there. One to lead people rather than other to join for an adventure. And I like the character Ruth Clayton. Looks like less of a goofball doctor and more of a general. Here's where I have you see, okay. And this is what I said, because when we did the rating for the Timeless Children, I didn't even rate the Timeless Children. It's one of the very few episodes, and the last one that War of the Centaurans I've yet to rate. I'm still thinking about it. I think I gave it a 3 for the Timeless Children, but I was doing that as a storyline on itself, I think. I actually have to go back and look. What I had a problem with in the Timeless Children, for me, and problem if you're still in the chat, please chime on in there, because I respect your opinions on this one as well. The thing that I had mostly wrong with the Timeless Children, and I thought this through, not just the episode and where it was heading, and the Gallifreyan Cybermen, which I still think, for being the most powerful beings in the universe, were the most useless things for the Master at that time, because they were just sitting there turning heads. That was it. That was all they did. And I was like, ooh, whoopee. I'm like, they didn't do anything. So as far as the Doctor's concerned, here's my expression to this, and this is how I told people at panels and stuff, and people have yet to, I wouldn't say contradict, but they kind of heard the opinion and accepted it. You basically told Bruce Wayne he's been Superman the whole time, or you've made Bruce Wayne a Superman since the very beginning, and it really doesn't work for me. To me, the Doctor is the Doctor not because the Doctor was the chosen one. The Doctor was the Doctor because of the choices that the Doctor has made, meaning that the Doctor developed a character over time. And we've seen it all the way up until a Shielder, me, talks about, how the Doctor was a high roller, but decided to do the right thing in the end. And that's what the Doctor is. The Doctor is a being of choices and decisions and regrets and seeing the universe from beginning to end. And even though he is, well, I'm using the term because of Classic Who, he is the space god, he is where he is because of the choices that he's made, even though he's this incredible being. We're back. I'm still watching. Please keep chatting. Janine's asked, what do you think of the Timeless Children? Please chime on in. I'll be right back. Mark, I'm at the dinner table. Good point, Andrew. You're right, problem. Chibnall did not write this episode. I think this is more Maxine. I don't even know Maxine, and I don't see a footnote of Chibnall in this yet, except maybe the Weeping Angels. I guess the question is, why hasn't this happened before? Maybe they'll explain in the episode, I'm hoping. I'm going to say it. It's all Maxine's writing. I don't even know who Maxine is. I've never seen her writing before. And I think this is Maxine's writing. This is actually very decent. Do not take your eyes off them. Ooh. Okay, I'll let it slide. Mm. But that's a good technique, but okay. All right. This okay. I'll take that back because I did like the haunting of Villa di Diodati. If you could check out one of our episodes, we actually had Phantasmagoria do a special Halloween episode on that. So check them out here on the YouTube channel. But Maxine Elderon wrote the haunting of Villa. It's actually a very good episode. We were on a break. Mark, I know you're trying to follow up, so they did a commercial break right at contact, so I'm just letting you know that. So, okay, now I see it. Yes. So let me go ahead and get with your chats out there, and thank you everybody for staying with us and watching me watch the episode live. Oh, let me jump in here. Janine, I'm not a huge fan. I like that the Doctor was because he had character and not destined for greatness. So I agree. Yes. The Doctor's not destined for greatness, so the Doctor is greatness. The Doctor makes decisions that make him or her great. We don't know if the Doctor is really the timeless child. This info came from the Master, and large part of the Matrix was wiped out. Yes. It's just really weird because I remember the Matrix being hard to get into. Now, I guess the Master can walk in and just destroy Gallifrey at any given time there. Oh, Chris, you're watching again on iPlayer. I'm at the point where the word contact was used. So just letting you know where I'm at if you are following with me, and now I'm at a commercial break. Marcus said, we've seen the war between the Cybermen and the Dalek at Canary Wharf. Yep. London, but we not seen the war since both Dalek and Cybermen have regenerative powers. I thought that was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever seen on that. So, hey, Sophie, welcome back. I hope you're still awake. But if you need to sleep, I totally get it. I totally understand that. Thank you so much. And for those of you joining us, we are in the middle of the watch party. As you can see, watching the episode live, you get to see my reactions. And then after which, we'll spend about a half hour talking and reviewing the episode if time permits. And don't forget, at the very bottom, like, share, subscribe. There comes right back there. YouTube.com, The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. I see a couple of you have signed up, and thank you so much for supporting us. Help us out there. Plus, While I'm at a commercial break, I'll bring this up out here. Facebook.com, the Traveling TARDIS. On December 1st, we will start the 25 Days of Whomas, where we will be talking. You'll see classic Who pictures of the Traveling TARDIS, as well as Christmas clips. We're going to turn the Traveling TARDIS Facebook page into a big mecca of Doctor Who out there. Right now, we're at a commercial break, so if you don't mind me, I'm just going to check some things out, and I'll be right back. Stand by, please, and thank you for joining us. I'll be right back. Oh, you're going to love this. Hang on a second. I will leave you a picture of Melanie at her best. Interesting enough, we're back, and the series is back. So here, continue our reactions. Andrew has a great question. What are your top 5 13th Doctor episodes? Put them in the chats. While I'm doing the watch party, the show is back, so I'm watching it right now. But what are your top 5 13 episodes? I don't know about you, but I love the new baddies. That's one of the good things about Series 13. The new baddies are really mean. Okay, we're at a commercial break, and I actually thought I was going to have my list up before the commercial, but I'm not, so I'm putting it all together out there. But I'll read Chris Chatfield's. He says, Fugitive, the Jadoon, Rosa, the Ghost Monument, The Haunting of Villa Diodati, and Ermit would be the Timeless Children, except now it's the Village of the Angels. Okay. I'm still trying to find number 5. It's really hard. Not because I'm just well, let me get to your chats. Let's check it out over here. That was Andrew put the question up. Haha, Mel needs chocolate therapy. Yes, she loves chocolate therapy. In fact, if you get a chance, here is the previous episode we did was the TLTT Thanksgiving Foodie Special. Our panelists not only do live demonstrations, but they do, some of them are geekdom, like Jessica. She put out a beverage made with apple cider, I believe. No, apple cider. And our team just had some fun putting out some recipes that you can try for Thanksgiving. Some of them vegan. So if you have a particular food, they had some vegan items. If that's your thing, by all means check it out. It was our previous episode, so give it a shout out there. I feel bad. Okay, here is my top 5, but it's not my fault. Are you sure, Mark? Are you sure, Mark, out there? I hope she's out of sugar coma and her rehab is back to normal. I don't think she'll ever recover out there. So let me get that. And Mel ate most of the box of British sweets the other week. Yeah, she did. There's actually an episode of Melanie. She was given by a friend of hers where she met over at Fan Expo Denver. Gave her a big box of UK goodies. You got to check it out. Let's see. Andrew says, Haunting of Villa Diodati, Demons of the Punjab, Rose, Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror, Fugitive of the Jadoon. I finally got my 5. Hang on. No, she doesn't. Stop it, Andrew. She's fine. Okay. Here are my 5. I'll post them up over here finally. The Women Who Fell to Earth, The Witchfinders, Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror, The Haunting of Villa Diodati, and Fugitive of the Jadoon. If we're just talking about series 11 and 12, I kind of liked Jodie's introduction to the series. The Witchfinders, I just kind of like that it didn't work for me for the character, but I explained that in previous episodes of Witchfinder. I love the haunting of Via Diledati, because also Phantasmagoria did an episode for us specifically. You can check it out from last Halloween, and Fugitive the Jejune, because I do like Joe Martin's interpretation of the Doctor. And we're back. I don't know, Andrew. This episode is... I'm liking it. It might be in the top 5 soon, if this is going the way it's going so far. And there's a lot of people who are very critical about Jodie's era, and they said that they loved it. So... Oh. Kid's really evil. That's all I got to say. Kid's evil. That's all I got to say. Okay, Chris, I'm not going to post it, but I'll bring it up in the commercial. Everybody's telling me the same thing. The ending is what you need to stick around for. Wow. I told you Kevin McNally's an awesome actor. That's all I got to say on that one. Ooh, this is evil. Mark, if you're still there, lie detector just went off. So that's all I'm going to say. Wow. This is not a Chibnall episode. This is solely Maxine, and she's having fun with this. So this is a really good episode. It took a long time to get an episode like this, but I think Janine, you would like this episode. I truly believe you would like this. We haven't gotten to the ending yet. We're getting close. So, because I think the episode ends in about 30 minutes. So, but this is an episode actually you could probably watch without having noted. Because one of the things that I criticize also with Chibnall is that you have to write Doctor Who as though somebody were coming in it for the very first time. So there were some episodes that are good, but they're not good episodes to bring somebody into Doctor Who. So you gotta, if somebody was watching episode 4 of series 13, then they need to, yeah, I'm on a break right now, Andrew. Yeah, I'm on a commercial break. So yeah, I'm going through the chats right now. Yeah, Andrew, I gotta confess, this is a contender. This is actually pretty decent. Hoping, and I'm actually very excited for the ending right here. Chris says, Christian, the ending is the thing, quite a surprise, but won't spoil it. Janine, I'll watch with the kids asleep, so undisturbed viewing. Yeah. With the commercials, it's like 90 minutes. Without the commercials, I'm sure it's just a regular hour. I gotta confess, see, there seems to be some kind of issue when it comes to the Weeping Angels. When we first saw the Weeping Angels in the Sally Sparrow episode, it was pretty decent because of the way they only had like limitations. Well, Tom, you're right, 56 minutes, 1 hour, roughly about out there. Just knocking on the door and music. Gotcha. It when they finally got into like the Time of the Angels and I forgot what the other episode was. Something about the stone or the age of stone or time of stone or the Weeping Angels. When we get with River Song, then they started having really weird powers, and it's like oh, okay. Oh, the episode's back. I'm sorry. Okay, that was a bit of a Mary Sue. I didn't like that. That didn't make sense. I'm sorry. I'm just going to type in a word so that people know what, so to remind me about this criticism. Okay. 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 For those of you who are following along on the on your iPlayers or something like that, I got Quantum Extraction double speak. So that's where I am right now for a commercial break. I'm on a break. Let me go back on the chats, see how we're doing, and thank you for continuing to watch. For those of you just joining us, as you could probably see, oh no, I took out the comment, didn't I? Darn, took out the banner. We are doing a live watch party. I'm by myself tonight. The team getting ready for Thanksgiving. Some of them had to go to work, so it's going to be busy for them. So hopefully, I'll have some of the team members back next week to do the review of the 5th episode, which is Survivors of the Flux. And the final episode, as far as the 6-episode series, will be The Vanquishers. We will be having a 3-part special starting New Year's Day, January 1st, 2022, which will be the first episode of the 3-part special that is going to be Jodie's last premiere as the Doctor. I have some friends who are telling me how they think Jodie's going to go, and I don't know if I want to go to that part, but we are on a commercial break as far as BBC America. It looks like we've got about 3 minutes left of the episode. And so far what I've got to say is I'm actually impressed. I think this is all of Maxine's writing. I don't know if Chibnall has anything to do with it because it's very much less drama and more action. I kind of like how Maxine has taken the Angels to another level, if this is her writing on that. And it's pretty decent. The funny part about it is it kind of is less doctorish. You can see that there's elements of the Timeless Children playing around in there, and we still got to get an answer to that. I'm still not happy with that direction, but it is what it is. But we got to see where it's going to be going. So whatever on the Timeless Children out there. For our friends out there, while I'm on a commercial break, let me just give you some stuff out there. If you're looking for that special something for someone this holiday season, wizardworld.com, go into their vault, use TARDIS25. TARDIS25 will get you 25% off all the merchandise at wizardworld.com in their vault. And you got to check it out for yourself because there's some really cool stuff, including some signed pictures and autographs. Go to wizardworld.com, use the promo code TARDIS25 for your exclusive promo code to get 25% off your stuff. And don't forget to go over to the facebook.com / the Traveling TARDIS. December 1st starts the 25 days of Humus. We're going to have a great time. We're just basically going to turn the Facebook page and the YouTube channel into a Christmas mecca. The show's now back on, and stand by while I'm going to be watching. And if you want to watch along right now, some of you are watching, we're in the tunnel. Whoops. Okay. If you're liking this episode, if you like this particular episode, The Village of the Angels, give us a like, share, subscribe, chat. Just put in the comment, Angels. Help us get that little algorithm going. Just put in the comment, Angels. If you love this episode. If you didn't like the episode, put a comment, Angels. Just help get our algorithms kicking up over there. Thank you for joining us tonight. Okay, didn't see that coming. Didn't see that coming at all. Thank you, everybody. Angels, angels, angels. You guys are rock. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Oh, sugar. Oh, sugar, yes. We're getting, it looks like we're at the climax. The big reveal. That's kind of, I don't know if this is exactly where I was going. Meaning that I wouldn't say I saw it coming, but I saw that there must have been, we're at the 4th episode. So I'm thinking to myself, see, I wrote a fanfic about this idea that I can't even say it. I'll say it in the review, but let's just say I had this idea a while back, and I probably shouldn't I should put it on the internet, but I can't anymore because of something about the Weeping Angels doing something like this. And watch the credits. Okay, James, I'll take your word for it, James. Yes, thank you for joining us, James. There. Has it finished? Remember, you need to watch the credits. Is this Marvel? Is this a Marvel episode? Got it. Okay, folks, stand by. We're getting to the last 15 minutes. I'm just going to run to the bathroom. Please stand by. I'll be right back, and then we will be doing our review. Well, my review of the episode, and anybody else who wants to join in. And remember, we will be spoilering the heck out of it. So stand by. Be right back. It has finished, and I'm watching the credits as we speak right now. I'm watching the credits right now. How does he know where to go? How does he know where to go? It's okay, Sophie. Oh, okay, so they're showing the trailer for. The Search's Feelings. Okay, I'll turn that down. And thank you so much for everybody who joined me on this little adventure. Deep Space Scans for Lupria ships. I kind of thought that scene in what you guys were saying there was a little bit an extra bit in the credits, but it still kind of added more questions. And I'm like, how does he know where he's going? So I'm just like, I have no idea there. Janine, I know you don't want to spoil it. So yeah, I've got another half hour that we'll be doing this. So let's go ahead into the review section. So I'm just going to let you know we are spoilering the heck out of this. So for those of you who have not seen the episode, go ahead and stop right now. Come back to this episode, because the last half hour of this show, we're going to be talking about spoilers, talking about the episode, talking about what I just watched, and I'll give a rating for you very shortly there. So Sophie rates it a 10. So I just want to do this for everybody who is still watching, and I just need to remind you, just in case.
What?
Spoilers.
Oh. Fantastic.
Yep. So let's go ahead and change out the banner. So, and let's do, just in case anybody walks in, we are in the spoilers ahead. We're doing the review out here. It's hard to give a rating to Flux. I'm going to be honest, as a whole right now there. And Sophie rated it a 10. Everybody, you can go ahead and put your ratings as to what you thought about this episode. Please let us know in the chats right now. Type it in, Doctor Who Flux, The Village of the Angels, what you rated, and why you rated the number that you did out there. Go ahead and do this right now. And for those of you, again, if you are just joining us, please jump over to our YouTube channel and over at youtube.com, The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Make sure to like, share, comment. And if you want to donate to a super chat, you're more than welcome to. Not going to stop you if that's how we're going to help our show grow. We need all the help we can get. And as far as independent creators out there, including other Doctor Who podcasts, please subscribe to them and support them as well out there. So without further ado, I'm going to. You see, this is something I need more time, just like War of the Centaurans. I need more time to digest. But doing this off the cuff, off of it, I would have to give this a 7. It's not a bad 7. I'm teetering between 7 and 8. There were a few misgivings that I have out there. Just Flux in general just kind of teeters the numbers down out there, because I feel like there's so many more questions than answers about this episode or about Doctor Who Flux. It's just driving me insane. I wish I could tell you more. I do want more after this episode. This was a very well written episode as far as the angels are concerned. Honestly, I don't think Chibnall had much hand into it. I think this is all Maxine. You could tell from Via Diladati about, that I think was one of my favorite episodes. When good writing comes into play, it really changes the dynamic. And if this is a Maxine episode, meaning that she really wrote this in full, she's an example of something that would be good writing. But spoilers, if you watch the trailer for the next episode, what's the next episode? I forgot. Survivors of the Flux. you get to see Kate Stewart in there. So we know Unit's going to make a comeback in the 5th episode out there. It's in the trailer right now. So, but I think I would probably, let's say 7.5. One of the things, I don't know why, and this is why things get a little cringy out there, and I posted it down. Let me see if I can find it. Tunnel. I don't know why, but that split-second moment where the Doctor figures out, hey, Professor, do you know your house better? I know your house better than... I don't remember the exact phrase, but the Doctor going up, I know your house better than you do. Something like that. And there's a tunnel. I'm like, why wouldn't the Professor know that he has a big, huge tunnel in his house? I don't know why... Or in the house that he's working in. I would think he would know this, but whatever. I'm like, fine. I just let it go. But that's where, I see where people who criticize Jodie come across that Jodie can be a little bit more aggressive than she should be. As far as her character is concerned, because it doesn't come out. It doesn't come out as far as somebody who's taking authority, as more as somebody who's being a little bit on the rude side. Has this been part of the Doctor's MO? Yes. Where the Doctor tries to take over and when it gets to the point where it can be a little bit more arrogant, but Jodie's Doctor has shown it a little bit more than normal. Having said that, I think that may be the only true cringe factor. I kind of like that now Flux, for the longest time, is actually delving into Yaz's police thing, being a police officer now. Now we get to see the investigator out there. Chris Sheffield, the next episode trailer that includes Kate Stewart. So we know she's going to be there. Andrew says a 9. Best episode of the season so far. Not perfect. Some bit meh. I think I agree with you on this one, Mark. There were some things that I found a little bit. This is something I probably have to go back and take a look at and nitpick. But the mere fact that I might have to go back and nitpick things tells me that it's a better episode than what has come before. Since 1, 2, and 3, it felt like a bunch of movie trailers that were put together to make an episode. So you had one scene and then another scene with Claire Brown and then the other scene with Dan's house imploding and stuff. I felt like it was kind of like a disconnected thing, and then the Flux hits. So I felt that it was it's somewhere between 7 and 8. I can't pin it down, but like I said, saying that this series, I think this is a testament to Maxine being a better writer in the series than everything that we've seen so far. So if Maxine comes back to write more for Russell T Davies, I'm fine with that. And Doctor Who at 2 Angels. So, okay. But next week, it looks like Unit is back. It does look like it, or at least we know Kate's back in some form or fashion. Chris says, I give it 9 out of 10 because of the sheer how does she get out of that one. And I love the tension in the episode. Sure, a lot more questions, but that's what keeps you watching. I get to a fact, but we're on the 4th episode, and that's like so many questions. And the biggest question that I had, Chris, and anybody can answer this, when Dave and Mackenzie did the review from last week, one of my biggest questions is, why were the Sontarans even in this episode? What was the point of that? Why didn't we just focus on the Flux itself, on the evil team out there? Why are we even into this? Why are we even bringing in the Sontarans at all? Why are we having this, for what it feels like, a side story? It didn't even feel like it was needed at the time. But when we have the characters like the Swarm, I mean, these bad guys are awesome. I love these bad guys. Totally love them. Like I said, I guess I need to see the end result to make sure that everything's cool and consistent with what's going on. And it just brings more questions, which I get. There should be questions to try to entice you, but unlike Moffat, you need to answer those questions or else you're just having questions for question's sake out there to say, oh, I'm trying to entice you, but then it's like, but when you get to the end and there's no payoff to that question that you were following, then it's like, oh, so what was I doing here? Why aren't we doing? Perhaps the Doctor used the Sonic to find the tunnel. Okay. Oh, where is it? Yep. Right. Sonic right there. Another Sonic mention. No, she saw it on the map though. She saw it on the map and she made a comment and just like, well, that was kind of a rude comment. That was a little cringy, but I mean, like I said, that was a nitpick. That was probably Chibnall writing. Mark says, my grinchy bit of this episode is why were the angels in the shape of an A? I don't know. It's a good question. I always thought that well, I don't know. If anybody has an answer to that's right. I think that's just a military post for them, probably. I'm assuming, I'm guessing out there. Yaz is better, well written. Dan was good. The professor was excellent. Yeah, it's Kevin McNally, dude. Can't go wrong with that. Love the angels and the little girl timey-wimey story. Yeah, that it's finally Doctor Who with good writing, but it's a little too late when we're doing it in the third series of the fourth episode. And now we're getting some really good stuff. And like I said, I know Sophie loved some of the episodes in series 11 and 12. More power to you. It didn't feel like Doctor Who at the time. This episode feels like Doctor Who, and I do like the way that it ends. I know the Jodie haters are probably having a great time by that ending, but it's really let's see where it goes from here. For the division, had a really good level of suspense, yeah, and the blueprints. And Sophie, welcome there. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is an episode. This is an episode that it kind of just redeems what I've had trouble with series 11 and 12, and in some cases the Flux. Is it getting better? It's questionable. This is a good episode. If somebody says, well, what's your favorite episode now? I might point to this episode, but I need to see the rest of it to see what's going on. I do like that the stakes were taken up. I do love the use of the Weeping Angels. I loved how they were utilizing like themselves, a TV. Of course, we know from Flesh and Stone and the Time of Angels that an angel can get in your head, thanks to Amy Pond. Having an angel coming out from her. So now we see it in full form with Claire Brown. That was, I kind of like that device. See, there wasn't too much of Jodie in there. I kind of liked it that they were moving about. I do like the stakes that were raised with the professor and Claire and that little twist at the end. But we're still got a lot of questions, and I'm hoping that they start getting resolved, or else he's turning into another Moffat where he's just leaving things dangle, and it's not cool. Same on First Village of the Angels. Okay. And Mark Robinson, I know I'm going to sleep. It's, oh my goodness, it's 2:30 in the morning. Mark, you didn't have to stay up for this episode. I'm sorry. Get some sleep. Do what you need to do. Please don't call in sick tomorrow for this. I mean, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Mark. Thanks for staying up with us. We really appreciate it. And everybody and our friends in the UK and in the other countries who are watching this episode in the AM, I really appreciate your support out there. And don't forget, for those who are just joining us, or for those who haven't made your way to it, youtube.com, The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Please subscribe. We got a couple more subscribers. We're trying to get to 2,000 by the end of the year. Checking the number now. Yeah, we still got a couple new subscribers, but anything to help us out in the end out there. Some answers to the division have to come soon. Yeah, we only got 2 more episodes, dude. So I mean, like something, unless they're going to somehow push it into the specials. Andrew, if you need to go to bed, I got to go to bed too, so I might cut out early there. But does anybody have any questions or any concerns or anything you want to bring up that I might not have brought up? It's a lot to digest, especially with the Flux. And I didn't like the way that the Flux was going at this point, but now it's gotten better with the Village of the Angels. A lot of people told me wait until the end to see that one episode, see that one thing. It didn't really change it much, but yeah, the ending was rather cool. That might ultimately happen to the Doctor, and how does the I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. I like I said, the Flux is a really weird, strange thing. It kind of is like the trial of the Time Lord. Until we see it to the very end, I don't know where we're going with it as of yet. But if I were to extract this episode as its own, it did very well. I would rate it between a 7 and an 8 right now. Nothing. Okay. And Chris says, aren't aliens like Centauns though just not taking advantage of the Flux to exploit Earth's weaknesses at a time of vulnerability as revenge for the defeat of Lynx by the Third Doctor? That's a possibility. I don't know. Because the Centauns like a war, but they have an ego. They need like a big competitor for the war. They're not gonna fight, toy soldiers or something like that. They want something high stakes for me, as far as the Centauns are concerned, when they tried to take over somewhere. But then the Centauran experiment might be a different story. Plus, maybe the Centauran zone is closer to Earth than the other Dalek zones or cyber zones, possibly. That's what Centauran said in the episode. So you guys might be right. I'm just, yeah. And of course, I always wanted to ride a horse. I'm like, okay. I know that was supposed to be a joke, a little cringy on the joke side, but that's fine. I do like this episode. I don't think going forward, even though this is probably it right now, as far with the exception of the specials, Chris Chibnall should not write alone at this point. Somebody needs to straighten him out. Somebody needs to put him in the right direction of things going forward. Well, I was checking out the what was it? Let me go back here. Sorry. All I see, I don't see who it's the 3 specials that are supposed to be coming up, which are to end Jodie's run. All I see the directors. They don't have writers as of yet. And the only thing that they have right now that is specified is that the first episode is supposed to take place New Year's Day. And we'll be trying to do a review of that when that comes up out here. Some good news, folks. Again, for those of you who are just joining us and probably haven't heard anything prior to it, because we're pretty much doing a 2.5, almost 3 hour special for this episode. Kevin McNally will be coming back in the new year to talk about his time on New Who, and we'll be discussing stuff about Classic Who. Also, our friends from Phantasmagoria, as soon as we get a date locked in, they are going to be doing a new Christmas special here just for the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. I know Lord Byron is still working out the details, so we'll be getting to that. And I think I've gotten down to the end of the chat, so unless somebody wants to mention something or say something or acknowledge something that I may have missed, by all means, jump on in right now. Let me just get to the closing features then. If you want to listen to our audio recordings, they are free to download. Best places to go: iHeartRadio, sci-fi.radio. You can get their app, download for free, and just listen on there. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, radio.com, cbsradio.com, Spreaker, Player FM. If you just want to listen to our episodes, if you're driving along and you want to hear what we have to say, by all means, and the episodes are free to listen to out there as well. Also, if you haven't gotten that souvenir for somebody as of yet, that special Geekdom souvenir, scrolling down at the bottom, TARDIS25 is your exclusive promo code for wizardworld.com, and go into the vault. You will get 25% off all the merchandise that you purchase in there by using promo code TARDIS25 and tell them the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS sent you. Facebook.com, The Traveling TARDIS. Subscribe now. Get over there. We're trying to reach, what was the last count? I think it was... Sorry. It's been a long night. 55,000 Facebook followers. We're trying to get to 56. We're trying to get to 60,000 by the end of the year. Hopefully best, but you can subscribe over there as well. I want to thank everybody personally for joining us tonight. Oh, I see a few chats that come in. Let me grab those. Oh, okay. Everybody's saying good night. So yeah, I rated between 7 and 8. Recap. Very good episode. I think Maxine, the writer, what was her name? I'll look for it now. I'm just so bad and so tired. I'm so sorry. So if I'm just flubbing around, who wrote this one? It is Maxine Alderton, who also wrote the Diodati episode, and Chris Chibnall. I'm going to say this: Maxine, continue to write for the episodes out there, and please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube.com, The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Like, share, comment. Please comment. Help those algorithms, and let your friends know, hey, there's a podcast for them where they can come and comment and talk about Doctor Who, and we love chatting with them. So thank you all so much. I'm going to go ahead and bed early. I know some of you, please be safe out there. 4 hours of sleep, Mark. Are you kidding me? Please stay safe out there. Next week, we're going to be reviewing Survivors of the Flux. And for those of you who are celebrating, happy Thanksgiving, just in case I don't catch you, because that's going to be next week, this coming Thursday. Happy Thanksgiving. Please stay safe out there. All of you, for those who are celebrating, thank you so much. And happy birthday to Doctor Who in 2 days from this recording for the... well, I forgot. How old is Doctor Who again? Wow, I think it was 58. I don't have a calculator with me, but it's going to be, 50-something. So thank you all so very much. Oh, there you go, Shirley. Shirley Wenlock Hot from the Pandorica restaurant in New York. I missed the first 15 minutes. Got the idea, I think. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, well, we're going to end this. Everybody, have a great night. Thank you so much. Please continue to log on, stay tuned in, and become part of the legend. I appreciate you all. Please stay safe. And thank you for just letting me spend 3 hours with you. We'll see you next week, and become part of the legend.